Yes, I think we are live already. Oh, yes. Yes, my people, I am glad to greet you all. This is the Comrade Show. Okay. This is the Comrade Show, and of course, we have the Musketeers, like you know, that's talking of the comrade and friends. Everyone is present right here, right now. And just trying to get some of these things right. First, I want to quickly plea for your understanding. This is a huge one for us and a bit unusual. Unusual because we are not streaming from the studio. I am right now on vacation, and I'm actually, we are actually doing this broadcast, from my own vacation spot. So, which means that the normal, regular razzmatazz that some of us may be used to, when we're in the studios, we may not be having them right now. So, so bear with me. The background of the Comrade and Friends is not going to be showing because I'm just right now in my hotel room and all of that. But the show must go on, and that is why we have to, keep it going. But before much ado, let me quickly let you know that, like you already see, we are with the team. We have our brother, our regular brother, the Musketeer of the Comrade Show right here. Of course, I want to start with Dr. Tony Agmasev-Ife. He's right here with us. Tony, please say hello to the people.
Our people, I bring very great greetings to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us in the world. We hail Luna. We did our day here. And really glad to be back. Please share this broadcast. Share it both on our YouTube and our Facebook handles. God bless you for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much, my brother. Don't forget, it is the Comrade and Friends. And I equally have right in the house the other Musketeer of the Comrade Show, the one who nicknamed this program the Sunday Tonic. Of course, it's not other but Comrade from my sister, Austin Iremira, is right here in the house. Thomas, it's over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade Latif Mawusa. From your hotel room, the show must go on. And the Sunday Tonic must continue for the sake of our viewers. My people, I greet you now catabolically for everything. And I say, thank you so much for joining us. Remember the deal. Make sure you share so that many people will be able to get this information. It's going to be a very unique one. You are welcome to this great Sunday. Thank you so much, my people, for joining us. God bless you now.
Yes, yeah. Talking about uniqueness. We have a guest today. Personally, I am I don't know. I am dazed at what this man is doing. We're going to be going through this because this program we are looking at Edo development and of course the contributions of Edo people towards making Edo a better place for all of us. And what this man has done is amazing, to be honest. I've been looking through some images and I'm like, wow, is this possible? It's a gentle giant. In fact, you're going to hear from him. But it is my pleasure to let you know that we have a special guest, Mr. David Jesuabo Osaya, a wonderful champion in every way. David Osaya, please say hello to the people.
My people, I greet you all. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And it's my pleasure to be in this show. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yes. Thank you so very much, my brother, Mr. David Ijeswabo. Yes, but this program today, I'm going to quickly pass the baton over to Comrade Dr. Tony Agmasev-Ife. He's going to actually anchor this program today. It's a tight one, believe me. We're going to have this interview with our brother to know what he's doing, what he's been doing, and what he plans to do. And of course, we're going to move from there, and we're going to try to take a look at other aspects of governance in Edo State. The level of insecurity in Edo State right now. We're going to look at the issues of some other issues, that have come up all around within this period. And of course, we will remind us too that this is the week where Edo State officially became 30 years old. And we're going to touch a bit on that. And of course, let you know what the plans are for the week to come. Over to you, Dr. Agbons.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Our most senior comrade, Lamte Ikpomusa Oriahi. It's good to be in good company once again with the great pharmacist, Augustine Agboje Remira. And I'm very proud to say this, one of my life coach and mentor, though we've lost touch for quite a while, Mr. David Jesuabo Saga. It's good to have you all here. So, distinguished viewers of the Comrade Show, today's show promises to be interesting, as Comrade Lante have said. But before we go to our guest for today, there's something really trending, and issues cannot trend without the Comrade Show not talking about it. On behalf of the Comrade Show, we want to say a huge congratulations to the newly crowned king, just nearby to us in Delta State, in Warri Kingdom, His Royal Highness, His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, whose coronation took place yesterday. Personally, I want to wish His Royal Majesty good health, soundness of mind, and I wish him prosperity as he rules over his people. May God bless his reign. Pharmacist Austin, what do you have to say about the coronation?
Thank you so much, my brother, Dr. Tony Agbons. I think it was an epic moment yesterday. I watched the coronation and I also listened to the speech of the newly crowned Olu of Warri. Tony, I must confess, I was taken aback. I was really surprised at the dexterity, the level of education, the coordination of that Olu of Warri. In fact, I see something great coming up in the horizon. And I think it's a good omen and a good news for the entire Ishekiri people, the Warri people, Delta State, and by extension, even Edo State, because remember, we were once bended. Also to recall that this new Olu is actually our in-law. He's married to a daughter of Edo State. In fact, I think it's from Orion local government area to be precise, and the daughter of an illustrious son of Benin, talking of Captain Idaosa, Captain, who popularly called Captain Idaosa, that's her daughter. So to be frank, there is so much to benefit from this. I seriously congratulate him and I wish him well. Long may he reign.
Thank you very much, pharmacist. Very quickly, Comrade, what is your take on the coronation that was a global spectacle yesterday in Warri Kingdom?
To be honest with you, I think Austin has put it, in fact, most succinctly. It's gratifying to know, to understand that things like this can actually happen, with ourselves. But I'm not really separating, that kingdom, or if you may, from us. We are just together. We are one people. You remember the affinity we've always had, culturally and otherwise. And like Austin did refer to, this is happening from, it's from Bende. We're showing very wonderful example as to where, you understand what I'm saying? And so I think to that extent, it is not just glorious, for the Olu of Warri. It's a glorious moment for all of us. And all that we can see is to wish the Olu of Warri, better days, you know, in his reign. And of course, long may he reign. And of course, it's equally, you know, noteworthy to state that the organization, the spectacle, everything that, you know, we saw, you know, from that event, it's exemplary, and it's something that, you know, warring communities, you know, need to learn from and understand that, you know, we can always make our narrative, you know, that of, you know, talk of everybody, if you may, you know, that everybody will definitely, you know, want to associate with. So I think it's glorious, and I congratulate the Olu of Warrior, and I congratulate myself as a proud citizen of the United Kingdom of Great Benin people.
Thank you, comrade. Always a proud citizen of the United Kingdom of Great Benin. Thank you very much, my brother. In wrapping up, I want to say that the cerebral and intellectual disposition of His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, as displayed yesterday, you know, gives hope that Warri Kingdom is in for a good time. And like Austin have said, is married to even our daughter from Edo State. So we are all very much in this, and we are happy, and we wish from this stable of the Comrade Show, we wish Olu of Warri, the new Olu of Warri, a very long and prosperous reign. Thank you very much. Yes, so we go to the high point of our program today. We have here in the studio a distinguished Edo State son, very, very, very erudite, very, very calm and collected Edo State son with us. So we just want to him to introduce himself, you know, to us. Who is David Jesu Obo-Osagai? Very briefly, sir.
The name, like he just said, Jesu Obo David Osagai. I'm a proud Benin son, and I'm one of those who always say, if there's anything like reincarnation, I want to come back as a Benin man. I graduated from the University of Benin. I went to Edukbolo Grammar School, Usi Primary School, and all those schools and teachers and everything played a role in my being who I am today.
Thank you very much, sir. You are welcome to the Comrade Show.
Thank
we are aware of some giant stride that you are taking in the development of Edo State, especially in sports. And you know, in the studio here, when we saw the project you are embarking on, it is mind-blowing, it is mind-boggling, it is overwhelming. I don't even know the adjective to use again. And our audience, they are going to see it. You are, you know, putting a structure, you know, because you have a foundation, the David Osagai Sports Foundation. So what led you into this? What led you into this, sir?
This started long ago when I started doing judo and other sports back in Nigeria. How we trained on very rough materials and never really had anything. And when I had the opportunity to see a different training in Europe, I realized the same thing could be done in Nigeria to bless our people with. I believe a Nigerian can become world champion or Olympic champion if given the same conditions under which the Europeans are training. That's one of the reasons I decided to do this, to give Nigerians a chance to become who they are destined to be in sports.
Wow. So, pharmacist Iremira, some of the images that are popping out, they're just blowing my mind. I'm short of words. If you can take it from there, sir.
Thank you so much, Tony, for setting this template and for even getting us to know David Joshua Bo Osagai. I think what he's doing is more than gigantic. If there is another word for it, it will not even be fitting enough. Looking at those structures, one can imagine the amount of thought process, not to talk about the finance that have gone into this development. I want to join the Comrade Show to say thank you so much to Mr. David Joshua Bo for this bold initiative and what you are doing. I know you've partially answered the first question I want to pose it to you, but in any case, for the benefit of our viewers, I will still want to ask that question. Most of us growing up, especially in Benin and indeed Nigeria, know about judo, but we will not consider it as our first sport. And with what I've heard about you personally, you've triumphed in this choosing sport and you've done well. And you are not just resting, you want to bring it back home so that people will benefit. Let me ask you specifically, and I would like you to take us down memory lane. Why judo of all sports?
You see, growing up as a little child, I admired a lot of people in sports. We had people who made records like Oliver Orok in weightlifting. And when I saw my older brother doing judo, Abela Osaga, engineer Abela Osaga, he graduated from the University of Benin as well, that I too wanted to do the judo. And he led me into it. And when I started doing judo, judo was not just a fighting sport for me, it was therapy. And our people back home only use judo they only see it as an aggressive sport. But the benefits of judo, we've not really reaped it yet. Judo was therapy for me during my exams. Judo was therapy for me when I was going through issues that each time I was on the tatami, which is the judo mat, my troubles were so far away from me that I came out of there relaxed and relieved. And I needed to continue doing that. So when I had the opportunity to keep training and doing it in Europe, I saw more advantages of doing judo. Till today, I stay fit. I'm still physically very active. I want my people in Nigeria to eventually benefit from this side of judo. Most of them see judo as a sport for agberos and thugs and all that. That is why most of them won't allow their children to go to the stadium to go and train, because they believe, oh, those are no good, and it's the area boys who do that. This is wrong. This is why we are repainting judo with a different face. We have medical doctors who are judokas. We have engineers who are judokas. We have lawyers. The chief of police in Nigeria right now is a judoka, the guy who just replaced Abakiari. He's one DSP Tunde Disu. He's one of the biggest judokas we have in Nigeria. So we are trying to rebrand this thing so that our people can benefit from it. Those who go through depression, those who are hyperactive, those who want to lose weight, that do not want to go running on the treadmill, we are giving them judo as another alternative, and a very different one at that they're going to enjoy along with their families. So I'm bringing judo rebranded to Nigeria. The goal is not to produce all world champions. The goal is to produce those who are passionate about judo and who can continue to spread a different gospel of judo, staying fit, spreading fitness through judo to our people back home.
Thank you so much, my brother David. In fact, if this program ends just about now, I will say you have achieved it. I think I'm educated. I think I have knowledge, but I've just realized that I know nothing. And if you have converted just one person, you have converted me. Judo is a therapy.
Yes,
This is
sir.
the therapy we all need. I've lived abroad now for some time, and I see lots of kids get dressed and they go to practice judo. I see them regularly. I've always looked at them, let's do other stuff. But with your talk today, you are changing my mind. You are rebranding me. You are putting me in a better position. And I think that might be said of a few of our viewers today. I so much thank you for bringing that again. Realizing that this kind of sport is not what everybody do. Most people have a different feeling about it. And you are going a step further to even build an edifice to allow that happen. There is no gainsaying the obvious. It's been a therapy for you. You are converting lots of people. We just need that therapy, especially at this time that our country, especially Edo State and indeed Benin City, is going through a rebranding process. What better price can we have on the month of our birthday? Once again, I say thank you. And I want to re-enact that word that you said. Judo is a therapy. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Iremira. Judo is a therapy, it is therapeutic, and it's a different gospel that Mr. David Jesua Bosaga is bringing. So now the ball is in your court, Comrade Lante Onsauriahi. What is your take and your question for Mr. Osaga?
First and foremost, I want to, like I said earlier before we came live, you know, I have been very overwhelmed, you know, not just because of what he says, but because of what he's been doing and all of that. This is a man who has climbed to the highest level of the game, the judo itself. And now he chose to come and not just retire, but to put an edifice in Benin. Okay, like he said, you know, well, I'm going to allow him to say all of that, but to put this edifice in Benin, to give opportunity to so many other Edo youths, to train them and give them opportunities to represent not just Edo State, but Nigeria. And he's doing it single-handedly. That humbles me as a person, humbles me beyond measure. Because the Benin man says, no, you understand? It takes some courage, some grace to think for others. But the question I want to ask you, my brother, a lot of people like you, okay, they would just prefer to spend this money building a hotel for themselves and probably a guest house and enjoy themselves away. So why did you choose this? I mean, the structure you are putting in place is not for you, it's for people, to train people opportunity, as it were. Why did you choose to do
that? There is a very straightforward answer to it. You see, in life, every single one of us has been gifted by God with a purpose. Every single one of us. I never knew what mine was. Academically speaking, back then, I loved education. I was good at it. But when I joined my current church in America, my pastor brought two of his grandsons to train with me. And they've been training with me for a while. He would come to witness everything. Then one day he called me to the side and said, David, what you're doing here is a ministry. You are changing the lives of these kids. They look up to you for guidance and direction. This is your ministry. And he started supporting me even when I was going through the normal day stress of owning a judo club, to make sure I stood my ground. And then I realized those kids who were hyperactive, I have police officers and soldiers who train with me, who go through depression. Judo becomes therapy for them. And this is one side of judo Nigeria has never really moved into. They only just focus on we want to produce world champions. We want to produce world champions. So I decided to bring a dojo home where I can actually bring in a lot of my old teammates and coaches from Europe and America to come and volunteer their services in teaching the Nigerian kids and adults. Judo has grown. Nigerian coaches no longer go abroad to learn. They're no longer doing anything because there's no money. They say, if Mohammed cannot go to the mountain should go to the Mohammed. So since we cannot bring our players abroad to learn, I am bringing those coaches and specialists from Germany, Holland, and France to Edo State, where all Nigerian athletes can gather and learn from them. We are even planning on bringing Japanese to come and spend as much as a year teaching judo in this facility, so that Nigeria is going to benefit, and even more so, my people of Edo State. So this.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Comrade, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Yes, I just wanted to ask. Man, looking at this project, this is a huge project. I mean, let me share this image. What I'm seeing here, it's honestly very huge. And looking at this project, bro, the question I want to ask is, man, this is a big project.
It is huge.
This is a mighty project.
Yeah. If you can leave this screen, or if you can leave this screen on.
Yeah.
This is a replica of the gym where I train in Germany. I collected the building plan from them, sent it to Nigeria, where they made little modifications. It has dressing rooms and showers for males and females. So I replicated where I trained for over 15 years in Germany and built the same thing in Edo. This is the hall where the dressing rooms are located. 2 floors, downstairs and upstairs, where we're going to have the weight rooms and cardio, kickboxing, and another hall up there where 2 trainings can be going on at the same time.
Wow. This is a gigantic project. It is awesome just looking at this video.
Sorry, Dr. Agmon. So, the question I want to ask is, when are you looking at to complete this project?
Everything being in God's hands. I'm planning on finishing this project next year to make sure the facility is available to combat sport athletes of Nigeria before the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris.
So when you say combat sports artists, okay, does it mean that this facility will equally serve, apart from judo, other combat sports?
Oh, yes. I have a full boxing ring and a lot of boxing equipment that the boxers are going to use. Taekwondo, judokas, wrestlers. I want to give these people a modern day facility where they can all train at the same time. In fact, the entire combat sports that is at the Olympics will have a spot in there to train. That is why we built such a large place, so that everybody can train at the same time.
Baba, I'm monopolizing this matter. I just want to get to a point here.
Go ahead.
Sir, look, what you've done, this is so far, this is a gigantic structure. Have you had any government support to get to this point?
No, it has been all individual effort so far.
When you make individual effort, your effort alone, or some people are behind you pushing this through?
My support and a lot of my American students and friends from Germany made donations. They called me when they heard that, oh, you're building something in Africa? How can I help? They sent in donations just to help me achieve this goal in Nigeria. But no government support so far.
So far. Have you approached government?
I intend to approach them, but I wanted to have the structure in place so that they will realize that it means business. I cannot go there with just the plans and ideas and tell them what I want to do. They say if you want somebody to believe in your dream, invest in yourself, invest in your dream. Now they will know that, wow, this thing is happening in Benin. And another thing that is going to help is God has blessed me with the ability to travel all over to secure equipment for this facility and for the athletes. I'm a German-American citizen. I hold dual nationality. I can travel all over Europe. I can walk into a lot of offices to talk to people that, hey, I need your help to have these people trained. The same in America. So these are all the things that God has given me that I intend to put on the table when I eventually meet up with whoever is to be spoken to in the Edo State government.
Over to you, Agbons.
Thank you very much, our brother Jesuobo Saga. You know, looking back at those visuals that the Comrade Lante was showing to us just now, that building is obviously not just for judo alone. Are there other sports that will also be involved, you know, using this facility when completed?
Yes, I intend to have the entire combat sports in there because I'm a combat sports person myself. And the funny thing is, I already have 85% of the equipment for these sports in my dojo in America. Boxing will train here. Wrestling will train here. Taekwondo will train here. Kickboxing will train here. Judo will train here. And these are all Olympic sports. I want them to have a place where all the equipment and everything and the trainers can be in one sport. And most important, I want them to be able to cross-train whenever they feel like doing it. If somebody loses interest in judo, he can cross over to wrestling. He doesn't have to abandon the entire sport. If somebody loses interest in boxing, he can cross over to kickboxing. And another sport that will be happening in here is the sport of MMA.
Which one is that one?
Mixed martial arts where they fight in the cage. Kamaru Usman is the Nigerian Nightmare, and Israel Adesanya. Right now, they are UFC champions. I want to use this facility too, with all the right trainers in there, to give most of our athletes a chance to hit the global stage through sports.
Thank you very much. So my next question before I go to Pharmacist Remiran to you, Sir Osaga, is this. In terms of funding, because some of us we've been involved in building projects and all that. When the project gets to, you know, the beginning, foundation and all that, huge, then you start putting the blocks together. In terms of funding, how is that going at the moment? Because I know before we came on air, we did have a chat, and you were talking about the sacrifices you had to do, extra shifts, go to do some other jobs, just to your own personal sweat. So at the moment, where is this project now in terms of funding?
When I started this project, I would like to start from there. I closed my life insurance and my entire savings. I put it all together to start off the building, and I picked up a couple of other jobs. Right now, I do about 4 to 5 jobs. I work from Monday through Saturday. The only day I now took off is on Sunday so that I can attend church and refresh my soul. So you see me going from one job to the other, and every cent that I have made from all these jobs in America, I have been pushing it into building, making my dream become a reality of giving Edo an international training center where a Nigerian can become world champion and Olympic champion. So the funding has been coming from 85% from my own pocket and the rest from donations.
Pharmacist Iremira, I don't really know what to say. We have an angel. We have an angel sitting right with us. This is angelic. Go ahead, Austin.
Dr. Anthony Agbons, I am dazed. If I'm allowed to use that word like we use in the SUG days, I am semi-astonished. This gentleman is an enigma. He has also taught me something else again. He has now told me that judo and combat sport is his ministry. And what do ministers do in their ministry? They give their all. I can tell you, this action is a big shame to so many of our Nigerians who have more than enough and forget where they come from and the youth. What you are setting up. What you are setting up.
Yeah, we can take calls. People have been saying they want to call in. Yeah. If any call come in, we take it.
Can I continue?
Go ahead, Austin.
What you are setting up.
Okay, go ahead, sir. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from the United States.
Okay,
go ahead. To speak to the open.
Go ahead, sir. Yes, everybody can hear you.
Okay. And I want to thank my brother who has put in those structures that I'm seeing here. I really appreciate you. All I can tell you is that I know what it means to love your people and you want to give your best for legacy. And because of that, I will be talking to my company, and who is also coming up in Benin there. It's called ED. We will be making some donations. I think I will talk to the organizer whether you need it in cement or you will need it in cash, so that we will send it to you to let you know that it may be too small, but we want to put something there for you to know that we really appreciate you for what you've come to do. We are also doing the same thing I do. I appreciate you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you. Sir, what is your name again?
My name is Chief Peter Teposa Samson Zoba.
Oh, Mr. Zoba, please, that one that you and your company are doing we call it, talk to us in public, okay? Okay, a direct caller, taking over his own call. Let us hear that person. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What is your name and where are you calling from? From UAE. Go ahead, sir. We can hear you. Speak louder.
I really want to say thank you first for to the Comrade Show for bringing this to life. This is what we need in Edo State. First, people who are doing great things to inspire our society,
yes,
to help change the mindset that is for a long time. So, Comrade Show, thank you for bringing this to life. Then for Brother Jesu who working, a lot of us have been thinking about this in our programs all over the place. And the fact that you have made this sacrifice, you're going to scale 4 people. It's not the waste, it will not be wasted. You're going to impact inspiration. We all know what's happening in the group, in recent, especially in because of our ID. Why? They had no direction, no role model, no point to point them to where they should go. When we're going up, we are fire footballers. You mentioned the Oliver of there. After Olympics of 54, when the Oliver of made name, all of us were doing weightlifting. We were indicating everything we saw, which we do. That was what you to be. Now we see you have set up the new. The last week we talked about the Mexican football. This is another one. And with this, you're going to be giving direction to people to do. And also, particularly that you are combining all formats for this. It's so beautiful that people will not be restricted to one sport. If you can't do one, you go to the other one. The other one, one umbrella. It's a beautiful and marvelous thing. My prayer is that God will raise people amongst us, those not outside. So support you, promote you, and to bring contribution to make sure that these things become a reality. So that in future Olympics, you will see that those people who are into this sport, who are currently waiting away, that they are not making their life count.
Bro, please, can you play? Hello, Baba.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. Good to hear from you. Please, if you have any pledge for this show, you can either do it publicly or you get across to us privately so we can channel this support to get this going. Let me take another caller. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are calling us from. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Edwin. I'm calling from Massachusetts.
God bless you, my brother. Go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm an Odo man, born in Odo, and you know what? I'm so happy whenever I watch this show. It gives me hope. You know, Edo State has always been known as a state setter, whether we like it or not. We have great minds in Edo State. And what I want to say is, when it comes to nation building is all about saying the things you anticipate, good things about the nation, what you think it should be, not the things, saying negative things about things that discourages people. But one thing I noticed about this show that I want to suggest, can we possibly make this show we'll possibly put it in all televisions like an advert. Let's see the people, let's go close to the grassroots. We need more people to listen and participate in this program so that when they listen to this program, they will have more hope for Nigeria. Edo State is blessed with the kind of people I see gathered together, talk great things about how to push our nation to the next level. Thank you, the Comrade Show, and all our great-minded people there, and those that are encouraging us to come back on the video. God bless you all. Keep the last line. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Boss. Please, let me quickly say, please, if you are out there and you love what is happening. Last week, we came with another great mind that is trying to develop youth football in Edo State. We are still discussing right now, trying to reach some arrangements so that we can all channel our support. This is another one, and everything is happening in Edo State for Edo State people, Edo State young minds to be better developed, to begin to eschew social vices and stuff like that, be more engaged. You have a contribution. No, nothing is too small. Like somebody just said just now, it could be some back of mates. Or reach it directly, we will channel it to where you want it to go. Hello?
Yes,
Oh, Chibazoma, go ahead, sir.
Either you send me the account that this man will desire, we'll put it there, or I will talk to you after the program, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. We'll ring you back after the program, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So over to you, Dr. Agbons.
Yeah, thank you.
So these are the examples we're talking about.
Thank you, Chief Ezoba, for your generosity. God will bless you, sir. This is exactly what we are talking about. Like last week, we had the Benin City Football League convener here. And today we have another Edo State son who is doing something. So a lot is really happening at the moment. People are taking the bull by the horn. So we all should be part of it. I think we'll get the details of, if you want to make contributions to this project, please get in touch with us. We'll guide you through what you need to do. So Austin, you were actually on the board when those phone calls started coming in. Can you you have something you want to ask
Please,
Mr.
let me quickly,
Osaga?
sorry, sir, to interject quickly. I have a message from, I'm not sure he wants his name to be called on air, but this brother made a pledge to support, the football, academy, okay, last week. So he just wrote me now, and he's saying that after fulfilling his own pledge, before the end of this month to the football, academy, he's going to equally, raise a pledge that he will fulfill before the end of the year to support, Sir David Jesu Usaga's, project. So I want to thank you, my brother. I'm not too sure you want your name to be mentioned publicly.
Yeah, he doesn't want his name mentioned.
Very much. God bless you so much. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think those interjections, those phone calls are absolutely necessary. Mr. Osaga, should I call you Sir Osaga? Should I call you Benedictor Osaga? Should I call you Lord Saint Osaga? I want to assure you, I'm not a prophet, but I think this project that you are starting is going to go places, and I think it will outlive you for many years.
Amen. That's the goal.
This is noble, and you can see people are already keen into it. You've just told us how you go through stuff to get personal money to make this happen. It is commendable, and it's a ministry. Another thing I've learned today. I just want to ask another question. As it is with many things that we do back home, because of the plethora of problems we have, I know such things will need to be manned not only by just people that work there, but people that have the capacity and the technical know-how. So in terms of trainers and people that will manage this big venture, because you will not be there every day, do you have a thought going forward on what you want to do? Are you going to get trainers and stuff? I'm sure that with what I can see and the vision you have, states and ministries will be coming to meet you and beg you for improvement. I think that is what this is going to be. But my question is, how are the trainers going to be, and how do you intend to manage this staff-wise?
I actually love this question. Most of these combat sports, they have evolved, but in the Nigerian scene, no development has occurred. We are still doing things that we used to do 30, 40 years ago. Training has changed. So I am bringing a lot of experienced trainers from Europe to volunteer their services. And this facility is going to be a school where the young trainers are going to be educated and the old ones given a new orientation on how to teach. The way we were taught, the aggressive way, has to change. We have a couple of very passionate judokas or coaches from Edo State who made judo great in their time. We have people like Coach Edokolo and Coach Bora. Ask any old Nigerian judoka, they will tell you these two men made Edo great in judo. I intend to have these great minds teaching young ones the tricks they had in their bags that made Edo great. If you are a role model in sports, people look up to you. And we are bringing a lot of role models from outside to teach these people. And I've already gathered a couple of people that are going to be working there that I've been monitoring over Facebook and personal contact. These are young ones. They believe the young ones can't do anything. I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to give the young ones a chance to build the life they want to live through this facility. This is not just going to be the only facility. I'm trying to replicate what a German did. I trained in Germany, in Witten, for over 15 years. But when I heard the story of the building, I was amazed. The facility that we are building is a replica of the one in Germany. The man who built this place for his people wanted his people to have a place to train. He gave his all to have it done. Before he died, he built 5 of these facilities across Germany. And till today, those facilities are producing champions. They are curing people with depression through sports. They are helping overweight people lose weight through sports. They are keeping people happy through sports. I am what you call a positive copycat. My goal is to replicate what this man did. And I pray for God to give me life and strength. I want to have more of these facilities. My goal is 5 or 6 across Nigeria. But the headquarters is in Edo.
Oh, yes. The headquarters you have heard from Sir, according to the title just given to him by pharmacist Remina, who is very good at giving titles. Sir Osaga has said he plans to have 5 of these facilities in the future, but the headquarters in Edo. My brother, God bless you so much.
Thank you.
Just to, because we are wrapping up, I know you are a very busy man. You already gave us your schedule. Looking at what is happening in Edo State now, especially since this present government came on board, we are not trying to politicize. One thing we always say on this show is that our vision is for Edo State. We are not, clinging to the apron strings of any politician. Most people will say, "Oh, make una leave him. He want contest, and so then till they start." So I'm sure people must have told you that, oh boy, you want contest election, because our people now everything is all about election. They don't think of any other thing. So what will you say to that? Because some people might be thinking that, and they must have already told you already. So what will you say?
I would like to easily reassure them I'm not a politician. The negative way politics is run in Nigeria is not for me. The very negative atmosphere with people fighting each other and all that. And I made a vow a long time ago that if God saw me through the Sahara Desert, that I was going to preach the gospel. And before now, my goal was eventually to stand in the pulpit and preach the gospel, till my pastor told me, this judo you are teaching is your ministry. This is all I want to do. Politics is not for me. I'm an athlete. I want to preach the gospel of judo. You might as well call me the judo minister. Politics will never be for me. I will always vote, but I will never mingle in politics. I will only mingle in my sport to the development of my state and Nigeria. I'm not a politician. So the answer to that, they've asked, no, I'm not involved in any form of politics, and I do not intend to involve myself.
Thank you, sir. Comrade.
My brother, when Mr. Osaga opens his mouth to speak, honestly, you just don't want him to stop, because every word that comes out from his mouth, you've got something to take away from it. The ministry of judo is power unto fitness, unto therapy, is power unto opportunities in life, and that is his ministry. And I think that's very, it has to warm me, to be honest. But the question I want to ask, seriously, where is this facility located in Edo State?
It's somewhere off Airport Road, easily accessible. I would say about 15 to 20 minutes from the airport. so that when the missionaries from outside Nigeria begin to come with blessings for my people, it's a 20 minutes ride. When they get off the plane, 20 minutes, they are in the facility.
This is important. Because I have to, here in Mawana, we sorry, I do unapologetically, like my sister would say, I do not out from my mouth. Sometimes even I don't plan it. I understand that this we are talking about is real. And like somebody alluded to just now, our mission here, on the Comrade Show, is to keep showcasing Edo people who are examples to others. There are people who are doing great things in Edo State, okay, and nobody's talking about what they are doing. Nobody, people don't know. And so we're going to continue to do our best to showcase everybody. By the grace of God, what's his name? Nigerian football star, Ayegbeni, who is equally doing so much to help development in Edo State. People don't know. We will, by the grace of God, bring into this program, of course, to talk about the need, what people need to contribute towards those things that should develop our people. But that's the only way we're going to be great. They talk about America, talk about the West, talk about this, talk about that. It is not a make these people great. It is the people themselves that will sacrifice to make it Edo State a great state. If we wait, look, man, I am really humbled by what you are doing beyond measure. Because I just imagine, if not that some of us, we've gotten to that point where we are socially baptized into, a new, progressive order. With the resources you have committed into this, on our 30-room sound hotel for you, completed.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying now? But the structure is still going. So I really want to use this opportunity to call this project. I don't want to mention anything on air. I will equally do my support. Personally, as Comrade Lanty, I will support you. You understand what I'm saying now?
Thank you.
The Comrade Show is here, to support you and this vision as we keep doing. And bro, I want to say, Tony is going to round up this program shortly. I want to say that the Comrade Show is open to you. I'm using their strength to say this. It's open to you 24/7.
Thank you very much.
It's open to you. So long as what you are doing is for the benefit of humanity, benefit of the people of the Edo State, my brother, stroll in anytime and let's talk about it and let's get it out there. We'll continue to do that. Over to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Lanty. And I want to thank you also, Comrade Pharmacist Austin Iremira, and our special guest today, who even viewers of the Comrade Show, they are all writing that your new name now is the Judo Minister, David Jesuabo Saga. So your new title now is Judo Minister, because you are preaching the gospel of not just even judo, or the combat sport. And you already mentioned Kamaru Usman, Israel Desoya. Hopefully, we will be able to synergize with this Sally Kamaru, who is from Edo State, to see how everybody can work together to put hands together to move our state to the next level. My brother and my mentor, Jesuabo Saga, you are just one of a kind. What you are doing is amazing. Words cannot really describe it. So we really thank you for coming on this show today. And like Comrade have said, this show is open to you. We'll keep the conversation with you going, and we'll support. Personally, I will also make my contribution to this gigantic project. Austin, finally, before the Judo Minister leaves us.
Thank you so much, Your Royal Highness, the Judo Minister, David Jesuabo Osaga. I'm overwhelmed. I pray that God will give you the courage to continue this. This is not just a question, but I just want to say, because I know sometimes from our families, we might even get criticism. Why are you doing this? Have you ever been criticized since you started this venture?
This is where I'm actually lucky. My older brother and my older sister, they've been behind me from day one because I own a foundation here in America. The name of my foundation here is Judo Movement. So they know how much I love what I do. So they've been supporting me. In fact, the first person to make a donation towards the fundraiser was my older sister. So I've been lucky. Family has been behind me.
That's good. Sir Jesu Abu Sarai, you are divinely chosen for this ministry. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you so much. That's a ordination from pharmacist Austin. So, Judo Minister Sir David Jesuabo Sagai, we are really glad to have you here. So we hope to see you soon, and we'll keep tabs on that project, and we'll keep our people in Edo State and Nigerians updated about how this project is going. Hopefully, very soon, this project will be commissioned to the good of humanity. God
Amen.
bless you so much for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. God bless you guys.
Sir. Yeah. So we'll see you soon. So that was our judo minister there. So he's going to exit the program now. So we are going to continue our discussion. And the second issue I want to bring on board now is the issue of insecurity. Insecurity. For a while in those states, there's been some level of ease with the vigilante, the neighborhood watch and all that. But recently, especially along the Benin-Auchi axis, there have been a series of issues. There was even a video that was trending some few days ago, you know, of a Fulani herdsman and then criminals who are also hiding under the guise of Fulani herdsmen to unleash terror on road users. So this issue has been on. And just a few days ago, the Edo State people in the Central Senatorial District came up with the vigilante group known as Atanakpa. It's a kind of an Ishan phrase. So, Pharmacist Remira, what is this again that is cropping up, especially along this Benin-Auchi road? What is your take on this insecurity matter? And what is the solution? Because we can't continue like this.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony Agbons. In fact, like you said in your intro, we thought this has been curbed in Edo State. Remember, for the last 5 weeks before, this problem was recurring, and the government got to do some work, and we had our vigilante, and we never heard about this, even though there were still skirmishes of it happening. But last Saturday, there was another video that was displayed by a gentleman who said somewhere around Oga, they could not move forward. We thought that was just one-off, and in the last 2 to 3 days, there's been a series of video coming up about insecurity. Although we cannot fully verify that, but in the present day Nigeria, almost every form of insecurity news is almost true. So I want to appeal to the government. We must do everything within its power to curb this. Thank God in your intro you said Asian Security Network have branded a new outfit of vigilante known as Atanapa. And we hope that would help as well, because many people have complained that they can no longer go from Benin to even the Ishan land and even the Esako, Auchi, Akoko, Edo area. I think we need to curb this. I want to appeal to all Edo State people to be very vigilant and to put this at the very depths and seat of the government. There is very little the people can do, but the government need to. Now that we are hearing this now, it's good for them to go straight into work and nip this straight as from the very beginning. Insecurity is a huge problem. It hinders development, it hinders growth. Our governor has got so much vision where he wants to take Edo State to. But this will not be possible in the face of insecurity. I want to appeal to the government and to citizens to be vigilant and let the government go straight to nip this in the bud.
Thank you, Comrade Pharmacist Remira. You are appealing because without security, there can be no development. Because we are talking of investments, investors coming in. If people are not secured, people will be scared, they cannot come. Comrade Lante, there is this theory of the unseen hand, because politics cannot be, whisked aside from all these issues. And in your own thinking, is it that some particular group of people are just wanting to make the state ungovernable because of loss of election, or government is not doing enough, in securing lives and property? What is your take, my brother, on this matter?
To be honest with you, bro, I honestly, strongly believe that it's got nothing to do with, anybody trying to destabilize the state. If you look at it, this insecurity we're talking about right now is national. It's a problem for Nigeria. It's been a matter of to Israel. Every state is defending, her territory, as it were, and all of that. So I think what we need is for, our own government in Edo State to step up. For instance, I have been advocating that even while we are having this vigilante and stuff like that we talk about, now it is of course noteworthy to understand that the Asians have come up with Atanakma, which is a beautiful thing. But my question is, okay, do we have the enabling regulations for all of this? The other day, I saw the governor, inspect some facilities with the Nigerian police, and of course, informing Edo people that government is now working with the police to set up certain facilities where the police can properly train, Edo vigilantes. And the government equally said, in his words, that his plan now, to of course, raise, about Edo State Vigilante to be about 10,000, members strong. And if the government is able to do that, I am sure that this will go a long way. When you say 10,000, vigilantes, officially, and all of that, and even if you decide to share the number equally amongst the 192 wards that we have in Edo State, you'll find out that for each ward, we may be having up to 50 persons, okay, manning each ward. And that will be huge in itself. So if God is able to get that done, that'll be, of course, helpful. But apart from that, I think I would expect now, as speedily as possible, for the government of Edo State to set up enabling laws, empowering vigilante, in Edo State, okay? And of course, creating such regulations so that by the time insecurity subsides, all some of these guys we now have now as vigilantes will not turn their weapons on the Nigerian people, the Edo people. Remember, the issue of proliferation of weapons today that we have, okay, it's a major problem that many people have adduced to politicians that have brought in weapons indiscriminately, gave them to young men to help them rig elections. And after elections, they don't take the guns back. And eventually what happens, some of those guns are being used to rob, ordinary citizens. Some of those guns are being used to kill and kidnap people. So we, I mean, while we are having these insecurity challenges and government is doing a bit, we expect, regulations to embrace the process, okay? And of course, like the governor has promised, we're expecting, to, of course, follow through with this promise. Let us have that 10,000, vigilante group in addition to the police we already have, and those will be very secure. Then apart from that, the Benin masses, the way, you know, this Chiro, bypass, all those areas, or Bazangmo has become notorious in recent times. Okay, I think we need to deploy, I just need to deploy a special arrangement in dealing with those, you know, those areas, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, the people who are operating in those areas, they may not be far from those areas, you know, and that is true matter. Some of these things may not actually be, you know, what's it called, orchestrated by just herdsmen alone. Okay, because even some of the herdsmen who have now found, you know, what is comfort in this, okay, who is telling them to come and, you know, have a safe haven in this area? Because these are things that, you know, proper investigation need to go into. And it's unfortunate. We are calling the state government now, calling on vigilante. Nobody's hardly even mentioning police anymore. You understand what I'm saying now? Because of, you know, the way things, you know, have been, as it were. So, bro, I don't believe that anybody is trying to sabotage government. Not at all. That narrative should not even come into this matter at all. You know, I think that what needs to be done is that government needs to step up. The people need to be encouraged more to come forth with information. And of course, every Edo person must be enlightened to understand that, you know, he, as an Edo person living in Edo State, should be a police by himself, providing necessary information when necessary. Because there are people who know these people who are operating there, they are not coming forward with information. So all those things will be explored to keep Edo, you know, better safe than we already have it now. That's my take, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. You have provided very germane solutions to the problem of insecurity in Edo State. Like you said, not just in Edo State, it is a national problem. And one thing with criminality is that once they are being chased from one place, they go to another place and to perpetuate their wickedness. I want to believe. Yes, go ahead.
Tony, just before you wrap up, I just want to add something. I was very disappointed over the weekend or when that Atanakpa was formed. My disappointment is this. Sometimes government and leaders, when you come to a place, you give credence to that thing. I look at the names of many ASAM people that made donation. They raised about 34 million. And they had about 10 vehicles and mentor. Tony, to my greatest surprise, at that inauguration, there was no government present. Ask me why, I don't know. The governor was not there, although he was represented. The deputy governor was not there, although he was represented. The speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, who happened to come from that territory, was not also there. And when you look at all this, it doesn't really all go well. Our politicians should know how to support people, even when they do self-help. If the governor was on ground, even the commissioner for police, Edo State was not even there. He was represented. So when that lady was giving that news, I didn't really feel very happy. And I think we should always tell our politicians.
Austin, are you talking of the Atanakpa?
Yes, at the inauguration.
I think, look, I'm trying to investigate that matter personally. You know, I think we don't need to jump into a conclusion. And I'll tell you why. The land grabbing protest we had the other time. Okay, you know, these guys got to the government house, and government now told them that government was going to come and see them in about an hour time. And that took nearly 2 to 3 hours before the deputy governor came. Only for us to find out that the guys who planned the protest, having done everything right, they did not inform government that they were coming with the protest on that day. And meanwhile, a lot of people have jumped into conclusion, why will government keep them, the governor keep them there and not attending to them? Meanwhile, what ought to have been done prior to that time had not been done. Okay, this is not to excuse government in the case of this Atanakpa, why government officials were not there. Okay, but the guys that resorted to this sort of to make these donations, which is beautiful, lofty, great, beautiful idea, and all of that. What process did they pass? Because I understand that the government of Edo State has set up the Edo Vigilante. Okay? My ASAM brothers and sisters, now putting money together to donate machines and vehicles and just name Atanakpa without building their plan or their good, whatever thing they are doing now, into what government is already putting in place. If that is the case, we need to investigate properly so that we can try to find a way. If the right thing is not done, we must now try to find a way to liaise with all parties so that we can, what's it called, harmonize the entire process. You understand what I'm saying now? Because the only reason, okay, looking at it from afar, the only reason why government will not be duly represented in that particular arrangement would be that government may not have been aware. I am not saying this is the case.
Yeah,
yes. Let's not jump into conclusion, but it's a matter we need to investigate. I love the idea, okay? Yeah. I love the idea that they made these donations. It's a wonderful one, but they need to build everything. Security, my brother, it's not something that somebody can just wake up somewhere and just begin, take, upon himself to do anything. We need to build it into a more harmonized structure so that they can all work together. That would be my take, my brother.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte, for that input. It may well be true, but just to also add, the chairman of the Edo State Vigilante, Aruna, was there. Good. My only worry or concern is, sometimes when these big names come to occasion, they give credence to it. So when they were reading the news, they mentioned representative, but I just felt something of that magnitude should have these big people representing. We'll just give a good credence.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remira and Comrade Lamte, for your contribution to the discussion on security. For me, I want to believe that all hands will continue to be on deck. Like I used to say when we were growing up, there was this jingle we used to hear from EBS. That time, he said, "I'm robber, not be ghost, na person like you and me." So we can also say that Fulani herdsmen, kidnappers, they are not ghosts. These people are human beings. They live local. Most of them live local. So the vigilante system has helped. Even here in the UK, they have neighborhood security watch. So you see people, they just move around on the streets. They work with the police because stopping crime is at the level of intelligence. And I think that is what has really helped in Edo State in the last 2-3 months. You remember the time there were a lot of killings, court groups were killing each other, and there were a lot of mayhem and all that after the NSAS protest. So we want to, ask everyone, government, and every one of us to, keep, pushing the frontiers of our security so that there will be peace in the state. And like Lamte has said, you just discover that even the federal police, people don't really talk about them anymore. So, but I think people are now really localizing, since they are at the federal level, they have refused to legislate state police. So people on their own have decided to say, okay, since they don't want to do it, we will be using vigilante, and it has been helping. So we congratulate people of Edo Central Senatorial District for the concept of Atanakpa. I hope I've said that properly in a Esan or Asian language. So thank you very much. So we'll move to our last topic, which is a very happy one. We've started on this program very, very many weeks ago. The fact that Edo State is 30, will be 30 years old next week. And since 27th of August, our state was created. So very quickly, Austin, Edo State at 30. Celebrations are in top gear.
Wow.
What is your take, sir?
Absolutely, I'm very thrilled. I'm so thrilled because everything is happening in the month of my birth. So I'm so happy. Edo State will be 30 years old on the 27th of August. Even though there isn't going to be a very big celebration in the state at the moment because of the COVID-19 Delta variant, the celebration will still go on. We still need to mark that day. 1991, August 27th, when Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida announced the creation of Edo State. All of us were happy. The dynamic Bender State was separated and we became Delta and Edo State. And that synergy is still continuing. So 30 years is epic. I want to enjoin all of us to be glued to the internet, because there will be lots of stuff in the diaspora. Things are happening. It is great for Edo to be 30 years old on the 27th of August. And I think the 28th of August has been declared as the Diaspora Day, where the diasporans will be celebrating Edo at 30. My brother Tony, it is unique, it is epic, it is great. I feel very happy, and I'm so proud to have come from Edo State. 30 years in the life of a man or a woman is absolutely epic and has to be celebrated.
Yes, I'm so proud to be from Edo State. Iremiran 2021. I'm referencing you and creating a bibliography for you right away. Comrade Lamte Iponwosa Oriahi, Edo State at 30. How do you place it?
My brother, I mean, Lume, I want to look at it from, from different sides. First, the joy that it's been a long time coming, but we are still thriving. Okay, I think that is, I mean, as a state, we are still keeping our own. So to that extent, I'm happy, I'm glad, I'm proud. Again, every day I wake up, every day I interact with people, every day I engage people. What I see is a very bright future for Edo State, which for me is, of course, it instills a lot of hope, and that itself is hugely gratifying. Having said that, while we are going to immerse ourselves with celebration and of course try to mark the day itself, but I really think that we need to take a proper look at where we are coming from and look at where we are, and probably begin to look at where we ought to be, setting a target of another 10 years. By the time we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Edo State, where would we have been? Where would we be at the time? Because to be very honest, it's been 30 years, not a very inspiring 30 years. As a matter of fact, we've had 30 years where we have moved from, glory to gloom, in many aspects. Imagine last week we were talking about sports, talking about how sport was, some years ago, and all of that, and how it is even at this time, So when you look at it, 30 years ago, sports development in Edo State was a lot better than this, and so many other things too, and all of that. So somehow, instead of us to have, moved better, more positively in some areas, if not all, okay, we've sort of, retrogressed and all that. So from, the election of Governor Baseki, to the things we are seeing right now, and of course, the effort that individuals are beginning to make, the sense of civic responsibility that is coming, I think that we should begin to chart, a new way forward for Edo State, that will definitely guarantee hope, guarantee, better security, better development, better everything. So I think we're on course, though we have a whole set of new challenges, particularly that of insecurity, that was not there 30 years ago, that we need to grapple with. So, but we need to take all of this on board and celebrate, knowing fully well that there's a lot of work to be done, and actually, keep doing what needs to be done.
Yes, I think we are on course, despite there are a lot of challenges. Oriahi 2021, that is your own bibliography. I give it to you, my brother. That was very well said. Now, pharmacist Iremira, I know that you are a very strong member of the Edo State at 30 Diaspora Working Group. The diaspora influence in the development of Edo State can no longer be overemphasized. So from the diaspora point of view, knowing all, because I'm aware you are the tick, the epicenter of what the Edo diaspora, even Comrade Lamte is also at that same epicenter. What do you think, pharmacists, is the impact of the diaspora in all this celebration that is going to really, because like the diaspora, you see, Edo State 30 plus. The diaspora are not just looking at 30 going forward.
Thank you so much, my brother Tony Agbons, for that beautiful question. Can you hear me all right?
Very loud and clear.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I just want to borrow your words. You always say, the diaspora will move. We have come to stay, and we are moving, and we are setting the pace. We've become a strong pillar and a fulcrum for our state, Edo State, starting from the last 12 months. And myself, yourself, Comrade Lamte, and many more people have been involved in this movement. At this point, I want to say a very big kudos to the Diaspora Working Group, led by our own Dr. Loretta Ogboro-Oko, and other Edolites across the different countries of the world and continent, with meetings and events happening everywhere, discussing, moving our country forward. Edo State is unique. Edo State diaspora is unique. And we have taken this 30-year celebration as a focal point for us to move forward. Hence, we've tagged it Celebrating Edo 30 years and plus. We are not just looking at this Friday, the 27th, where Edo will be 30. We are looking beyond 30, going to 40, 50, and moving ever forward. The diasporas of Edo State are truly dynamic, and we can see that in everything. The social media handle, Twitter, everywhere is at go with this celebration, and people are beginning to ask questions. If not that the government has said it will not be celebrating it in that strength, I believe the diaspora would have taken it in full throttle. And you must agree that the Edo State government gave us 28th of August as the special diaspora day in celebration. Although the actual event is on the 27th, but we are having a diaspora celebration on the 28th, where we are going to do all our events virtually. So to answer your question, stricto sensu, the diaspora of Edo State has come to stay. We are setting the pace, and in your words, we are moving. And we are not just moving, we are moving forward. There are so many events that have been planned. Some of them have been postponed for now, like the essay competition and arts competition. But there's going to be a diaspora day, and I know the Comrade Show will be beaming that live. So I enjoin all our viewers, all our supporters, friends of Edo, Edo citizens. If you are married to an Edo person, you have a friend that is from Edo, you are Edo. We welcome everybody. Glue to the social media for more information as we celebrate our Edo at 30 with a virtual event slated for Saturday, the 28th of August, 2021.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Austin, for your very thorough and detailed exposition on Edo at 30 plus celebration from the diaspora angle. Like, I just want to join you to thank all Edo sons and daughters, distinguished they are, sacrificing their time, their money to, pushing Edo to the world. Like one of our cultural ambassadors here in the UK always say, talking about cultural ambassador Joe Higamuso, he will say Edo to the world. I must tell you that the buzz around Edo State in the last few weeks with respect to this celebration has reached every part of the globe. We are celebrating our past, we are celebrating our present, and we are building for the future. Some may say, what will they celebrate? I want to tell you, my brother, make we celebrate. Trouble no they finish, problem no they finish. So make we celebrate. Let's celebrate and let's count our blessings. And we know, like Comrade Lamte have said, there are challenges, But these challenges, we're working together. Yes, we can. They are not insurmountable. So thank you very much, comrades, for what you have said. And I want to let people know, if you are in the diaspora, it is not just about people living in Europe or America or Japan. So long as you are from Edo State and you live outside of Edo State, you are a diaspora. I was telling some of my friends yesterday, you know, I said the essay competition, oh, they said they are in Lagos. I said, yes. Because you are in Lagos, you are a diaspora. Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Abuja, anywhere you are, South Africa, Mali, Burkina Faso, anywhere. So long as you are outside, even on those states, you are in Okitipupa, you are in Akure, you are in Saple, in Asaba, Warri, you are a diaspora. So don't just think, oh, when they say diaspora is for people abroad. No. So please let us understand that and take part in this celebration. Edo is moving forward and nothing is going to stop us. So as we wrap up the program, we're going to be ending on a rather sober note. This week, news filtered around that we lost a great Edo son in the person of Dr. Oguname. He is a renowned son of Edo State, and he passed on. So, comrade, what have you got to say? For me, I want to wish for the repose of his soul, and I wish his immediate family and friends my deep condolences at this time. Comrade, what do you have to say as a tribute to this son of Edo State?
Oh yes. I think, you know, the news of the passing of this young man, Dr. Oguname, was one news. When I heard it the first time, I actually didn't believe it. I even made a broadcast. I wasn't too sure about the time because, you know, it was just sketches. But later we came to confirm that he did pass, and the circumstances, you know, under which it happened, the sad event happened, was such that definitely was not expected, and all of that. It did beg the question if he himself was actually in good health, as it were, because a lot of people are actually working with a lot of issues and all of that, you know, and again, it's exactly what brings to mind what Mr. Osaya talked about just now when he talked about, you know, was talking about judo, but I mean, talking about sports generally or exercise generally, it could help in very many ways. Many of us are guilty and all of that. The issue of high blood pressure is one thing that is very common amongst people, particularly young people in these days, and all of that, because we are not, you know, tending to our health, you know, very, very well and all that. So people have said a lot of things and all, but I want to say, you know, he's done his own. He's gone, and I pray God to grant the family the fortitude to bear the loss. It's a big loss, you know, to Edo State. It's a shocking one. A very energetic young man, you know, and I'm hoping that there are lessons that, even though we don't know too much, but things don't just happen, okay? Some people are trying to, I believe some people try to draw spiritual connotations into this. Oh, they kill them, they this, they did that. The truth of the matter is that things happen. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it may not just be what a lot of people are looking at. The truth, the fact remains that, you know, people actually die because of what has happened to them and their health, you know, not because somebody somewhere they wanted them there. You understand what I'm saying? And so, whichever case it is, it becomes highly essential that, particularly as young people, we need to do a lot more. You know, I probably am even guilty of this. Do a lot more to, you know, give some attention to our health. Exercise is very important. Healthy living is very important. Healthy, you know, food is very important. You know, stuff like that. You know, so all these may probably add a day or two or even more. You know, if we keep faith with these. You know, so while we mourn the young man, we probably need to look at ourselves and, you know, find out what we are not doing right that we need to correct, so that you know, I mean, can have a gaga you know, so, but it's a sad one. And
Yeah.
may so rest in peace.
Amen. Indeed, it's a sad one. Pharmacist Remira.
Yeah, I'm very surprised now. Sometimes I'm not a very good follower of the social media, but I listened to Comrade Lamte. I was hoping that because in that broadcast, Comrade Lamte was not very sure and he was still hoping. I was hoping that I was going to hear some good news, but I am very shocked because I'm just hearing it for the first time that he actually did pass, because Comrade was not very sure. We didn't want to say what wasn't very clear. But hearing this now is painful for somebody to die, even somebody from your state, and somebody that has been playing a very vital role in moving our state forward. Very shocking. May his gentle soul rest in peace, and may God grant the family the fortitude to bear this very big loss.
Oh, yes. God grant the family strength at this time. So we all mourn him and wish his family well. Thank you so much, pharmacist Iremira and Comrade Lamte Pomosa, for you guys giving me this opportunity to anchor this show today. So I will now hand over to Comrade Lamte for the final words. But before then, Austin, what is your final word to our viewers?
Thank you so much, Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons. I think you've done noble to today's Comrade Show. I've particularly enjoyed this. I just want to leave our viewers with these two words. Judo is therapeutic. And whatever your vision is, make it your ministry. God bless you, my people.
Thank you very much. Comrade Pharmacist Iremira has been judonized. He's got the anointing for judo. He's now running away with it. For me, I just want to stretch a bit further. When God gives a vision, he makes provision. So I want to encourage every Edo son and daughter. Let's think of what we can do for our states and follow in the footsteps of some of the people we'll be bringing to this program, to this platform. People are doing a lot, and there are many more, like our brother that came last week, Mr. Douglas Otaniye, like our brother that came today, Judo Minister Jesu Obo David Osaga, like our brother that came one time, our brother Charles Inoje, like some of our sisters that came, the granddaughter of Dr. Yaye Fenayi that came, like our sister that came, Mrs. Eino Amedu, and many others. I can go on and on. People are doing and touching lives one way or the other. So let us keep the flag flying and showcase Edo to the world. God bless Edo State. Comrade Lamte.
Thank you very much, my brother. I want to appreciate you guys. You know, you guys are wonderful, you know, honestly, pushing the frontiers. But let me quickly use this, I know we didn't talk about it, to quickly remind Edo people that I indeed followed up on the one they call Sultan Idris Adano, that wanted to do coronation in Edo State. And I had a broadcast a few days ago. Of course, I called them, and one of them picked, and I saw that that program was not going to, you know, continue, was not going to go on. So I followed up on that call. They did send me one poster, you know, a renewed one, and all of that. And I told them right there, said, even this poster you are sending cannot stand. Okay, and those people don't want anything at all from you people. So don't do anything. We don't want to hear. We don't want to hear. You understand what I'm saying now? So they led me to talk to one person. They said was the person who is the Sultan or whatever. And I told the person very point blank that Edo people don't want anything that has to do with any coronation, don't want anything that has to do with any event from them. Okay? So if they have food to eat, they should eat it in their houses and not make. We don't want to hear. There are no two Obas in Edo. There can never be any two Obas in Edo. We only have one, you know, indisputable, you know, a leader, you know, as Oba of the Benin. And so Of course, I think the message went down well. They did assure me that, of course, they are not going to go on with anything like that. As a matter of fact, they have dissolved their plans. The committee that was working on it has been dissolved. And so that arrangement is no longer going to continue. And so they are just going to live their lives peacefully. And so that's what they told me. Just to equally report back to Edo people, this is how, I discussed with those people. So we won't have any coronation of any sultan. Not today, not tomorrow, not in the near future. Hopefully not in our lifetime in Edo State. Yes, my brother. So on that note, I want to thank everybody, of course, the comrade, the friends of the Comrade Show, talking of Comrade Dr. Tony Agmont. I thank you, bro. I thank you, Comrade Austin. It's been a pleasant one. Of course, I thank our brother, Mr. David, the minister, judo minister, for all he's doing. And I want to say, I thank everybody, that has pledged to support these initiatives. And equally, just now I'm receiving a message from a brother, one who is very committed to supporting growth and development in the two states. That's talking of my brother Omoroyi, Omoroyi Anthony Ajibola, he said, I will also make my token contribution for the combat arena, by Mr. David Ideswabo. Let me know the payment procedure when available. So I'm glad that we are seeing this level of willingness and commitment, to support this project. Definitely, we're going to get back to you, my brother, of course, so you can make your contributions, to push it and all of that. Okay, well. So that's it. So I want to encourage everybody, please, let's join us together to make a together, please, because I believe very strongly, and I will always say that the task to move Edo forward cannot be on anybody's sole account, but on our collective account. On that note, thank you very much for being part of this program. Bye for now.